come on, yeah. So, now. You got to change that thought pattern.
Yeah.
Agreed?
Have a nice flow.
I put it down. Right, I will.
He's really funny about his ears.
Oh.
Touching his ears.
Oh, look at that.
I don't think you've ever done that, have you? No.
Oh.
I'll say, well, I'm not being responsible for you in the stable. It's a scoury look, innit? Yeah. You describe it as that? Okay, so head go. Yeah. Okay, so come away. On button. And obviously I'm partial to a palomino, and he is gorgeous. He's a part Arab. And part thoroughbred.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lisa hasn't had him that long, really, in term of things.
No. 12 months.
12 months. And you've discovered quite a few things that are concerning. You came like this.
Yeah.
You came and you knew straight away when you walked to the stables it was a change of expression. So all I want you to do is just walk towards him and then come back. You walk towards him now. And his head go, yeah. Okay, so come away now. So, okay, yeah, still, yeah, okay. So come away, yeah. So that's a horse saying, what do you see that as?
Get away.
I don't want you near me.
Yeah.
And it's a hurtful thing to think, isn't it? Don't want you near. And there you go, guys. That's why I'm here. That's why I visited. Lisa's really upset, and it would upset Charlotte and me because half of it for us is the relationship with our horses, and the expressions, and you can see there the expression's horrible around the stable, in the stable. A year of this, and it's escalating. He's threatening now. He's bit Lisa. You know, it's not good. But people who would, know a little bit about horses, that ear pinning and the scour is a horrible look. It's a threatening look. And Lisa knows this is heading in the wrong direction because horses are extremely true. If they threaten long enough and then something happens, it's not like they haven't told us. And I've been in a lot of situations where I've seen people. I've even had a very good friend say, oh no, she always does that. It was a mare, always does that. Don't worry, being fed, ears pinned. And then one day kicked him really hard. That's what, eventually it can happen, and it's dangerous. So yeah, so that's what I wanted to slow that down so you could see the expression that I've got to try and help with. Did you tell me he threatens you in there as well?
He has.
No one else will go in there?
No.
That's correct. And when you say he threatens you, does he really pin? Does he hop or?
Yes.
Okay. So, guys, that hop is a way of a horse threatening you, and then what they do, they hop onto their hindquarters and they come down. Then that's what a stallion does. So it is concerning. Now, guys, I'm going to show you a tiny clip now. It's you don't actually see anything really nasty in it, but it shows exactly what I'm talking about there. Now, Lisa knows things are getting to a point where, it potentially could be dangerous. He is now like threatening her, has bit her, and he is hopping with really badly pinned ears. So he's kind of saying, look, I'm not feeling good about this. I will, maybe bite you really hard. And, so it is concerning. I have seen it many a time where horses, they don't keep threatening forever. They will go through with it. A lot of them will, and someone gets hurt. So I'll show you this little clip now. It shows you how quickly things can go from pinned ears to that hop attack. What I would like to just see for 5 minutes is you go in, catch him. You heard that? Go in, catch him. Can we just see you? Just walk him around the school, stop him, rub on him, back him up, and bring him back into the stable.
With my normal head colour or my...
Whatever you decide. So it's a scoury look, innit? Yeah. You describe it as that? Okay. No, stop it. Now. You asked something then of him.
Yeah.
And he said you can just about get lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what he's saying. And again, ask again for a backup. How about if you took feed in there for him?
I'll just make him back up and then I'll put the feed down.
What do you have as far as his feelings towards that? Will he just back up, or does he still pin his ears?
I'll still put his ears flat back, but he will back up because I won't give him his feed until.
Yeah, but can I just explain by him getting the feed, he did exactly with his ears what he thought he should do.
Right.
There's no way he should be given feed in there if he's thinking the wrong thoughts. You actually. Now I'm constantly noticing in the stable or around the stable area, whenever Lisa asks his feet to move in any direction, that's when, look at the ears going there and the scour in the eyes. He doesn't like being moved at all or asked to do anything without feeling really horrible about it. And I don't know, it's not nice. Aren't you? You're with me, even though he's backing up, he's scouring. You put it down there and go, not a hope. Yes. Yeah. So you've got to change that one. He cannot have his feed in his stable with any bad thoughts. He cannot, because you're almost training him to be like that. Right. So maybe change where he has feed or the way you do it, or he has his feed put in there and then you send him in for it or something like that. Got to not have feed if there's any bad thoughts there. Okay. Because you are actually training him to do that. Because he's still got his feed. Okay, so if I see you there, so you're answering a lot of questions here. So if you just let's see what his attitude's like away from the stable.
We've got a friend who's got a menage down the road, which is a better menage.
How do you get there?
We are riding.
So you do riding?
Yeah.
Is that often or?
Yeah. Try and get actually twice a week.
Right. You survive it somehow.
Yeah, but I've been doing a lot more groundwork with him. I mean, literally, I couldn't pick his feet up.
Can you? If I hold it just 1 second, can you walk towards him?
Yeah.
Just to see if we get any of that ear pin in it. Do you feel like it's just the stables? Okay, so if you walk towards him now. Nothing. No, that was a big discovery. We tried that several places in the arena and around, and no opinion, no change of expression. Everything was really, really good. So we discovered pretty much that it was around the stable, both just outside the stable and in the stable, where the dangerous thoughts, dangerous behaviour is, confined to. That was a great discovery. Nothing at all. No. So it's just a stable. So you've answered all my questions. So we'll put him back in now, and then we're going to discuss what.
And like when I brush him, when I can be like I brush him, he swishes his tail, or swish his tail, and I've just started to be able to pick his feet up because I've been.
So do you feel like things are getting better as far as?
Definitely this method.
Go and put him in the stable, and then we're going to discuss several ways I can go about it and see which one you prefer. One thing I can do, I've got to hope he didn't knock his head on there, but at the actual start of the process of him, those ears means his mind's starting to get grouchy. That tells you, that and his tail swishing is how a horse feels. Yeah. And that's the telltale of the body. So he has to be quite angry. Yeah. So there. So at the thought of that, there's got to be something that he thinks, shit. Oh, that wasn't good for me. With me? Yeah. So as they start to flat, something's got to happen immediately. That doesn't suit him at all. Absolutely. So it has to be in the moment. Within 2 seconds, really. It's got to be in the moment. So what I've found really works is a flag. Have you seen me do that before with horses that pin their ears and attack people and stuff like that? So there's that one. Or you can bang the stick on the door. Things like that. I personally think the flag would probably be better for him in there. You.
I'm more. I'd say more the flag because you
Yeah, all
use
right.
the flag from inside to out.
Yeah. I think if I do a tiny little bit in there like I did with him first, and then when we can show him that we control that area, that we move him, he doesn't move us, then maybe use the flag then. Let me just get. You're gonna have to have a flag with you at all times.
Okay.
Right? So I'll let your chap see this. You've got to watch it and bang his
So
head
I've just
on
got
it.
to just put the go online on Facebook to get one. Because Beck's got
She's
one.
got some here.
I got them in the car.
Oh, brilliant.
You know, you just put them in your.
Yeah.
Alright, so, okay. Okay guys, just extended my flag. I'm just about to walk up towards the door. I haven't done anything up to this point. And also it needs to be known that Lisa has done that many vet check-ins to make sure, obviously with the rubbing under the belly and him not liking that, and pinning his ears and all, you know, you have to make sure there's not things like holes, you know, like obviously the vets need to do an all clear, you know, and even things like you know, kissing spines and things like that can mentally make horses not even want to be around a person because being saddled then and ridden and being in pain. But everything is 100% checked, everything. So you just need to know that so we don't get any comments from people. That's sorted already. When his ear's flat back, you tell me, say now, right? So I'll go towards him. Oh, he just moved back. He didn't pin his ears, did he? That's actually a good thing. When he moved back.
Look, he's peeping at you.
Right. So I'll come in here.
It's because you don't like that.
Hmm?
You don't like it.
He doesn't like it.
No.
No.
Okay.
He
Where
snorted
have
at
you used it?
No, but when you came over, he started snorting at it.
Well, it's.
We've used
Them-
it there.
Yeah. How was he out there with it?
Yeah, I just did a bit of going round.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll come towards. I'm waiting for his ears to pop back. It has to be in the absolute moment, like a foal with the mother. If she says stop suckling and he goes down there, it's immediate, bang, done. Now, this is what I would have done in the moment, guys. This was a real aggressive horse that I went to visit. Now you see how her flat back ears were there, look, and immediately I flat my flag. Well, I had to do that well timed a few times. And then I did groundwork and that helped that horse unbelievably. I mean, it was extremely dangerous. But that's what I was, you know, explaining I would do. As the ears flat back, within a couple of seconds, just flat my flag or bang the door with a stick. So it's a little bit shocking to a horse and it can really have a great effect on changing a thought pattern. So that was just a quick explanation what I thought I was going to have to do in the moment, but it didn't happen, and you'll see as we go on what does happen. So okay, now I'm going to reward that. A bit complicated.
He's blowing a bit. Look, he's blowing looking at it.
Huh? He's complicated. He's complicated. So I want him to flatten back for me, because then this will really come into play and fly up there. But I won't look at him in the eyes. He caused it. Ah, mate. You're not playing ball, are you?
He's clever.
Well, if Lisa goes up, if Lisa goes up now, would he do it?
No, I don't want to do that yet.
Oh.
Because your timing won't be as quick as mine.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
gotta
but
be within 1.5 seconds. That as he thought that and did that, it's going to be
Instant.
You got to think. Oh, I'm not thinking that again because.
yeah, but what I'm saying is, Lisa go up, you go alongside.
No.
Oh no, okay.
Right, so tell him how good he is, mate. I love your colour. I do love your colour. Yes, I do.
Here you got. Is it Rolex?
Yeah.
Rolex, same colour, exactly.
And Chevy's a bit like this colour.
Oh, no, I'm fine, thank you. No, it was just mentioned there about Rolex, one of my palominos. We've got a couple of palominos. Do you know what? Buttons really does look like my one palomino, which is Rolex. Same colouring, blaze down the front. But Buttons is a bit bigger because a lot of the quarter horses are quite small and compact. So the other day, Tanya was got a phone out. I didn't know she was filming and filmed me just riding in a freshly topped paddock. I was working on transitions with Rolex. So I'm just going to play a couple of clips of that just to show you how he's going, really. You know, I'm really pleased with how he's coming along.
Oh, very windy. I'm filming.
Oh, I'm done, so I'm going to gallop back.
Oh, steady on now. You're 62 next week. Or the week after, 25th. I think he still thinks he's 10 years of age on his little pony Sandy, which he used to ride.
What a fun horse to ride, guys. Anyway, go back to the video now. I'll pick up exactly where we stopped to show Rolex. But this is actually good that it's happening because at the moment, the flag ain't come into play. All he's having is a little touch from me because he's not being aggressive. Is he?
No.
There's no, scourness to that. But if it does, you'll see what I do. He'll end up in 1.5 seconds, less than a second, down the back of that stable. But you certainly cannot feed him unless his ears are up.
Okay.
If he's scoured back like that, which he does,
Yep.
and then you give him his feed, well, you've taught him to do it, haven't you?
Mm.
And we don't think like that, but that is effectively what you're doing. So, okay, so I'll come to him again, tell him how good he is. All right, mate. Is it because you know I got that flag? Is it? Is it? Right, a few more times of that, showing him that the best way he can be with people is keep your attitude nice. Don't think bad
Look at him, he
things.
won't take his eyes off it. That's all you got to do. Just keep a flag on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
And change your name to Steve.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So
I'll get you one of those cardboard masks, you know what, with his face on it.
He's really funny about his ears.
Oh.
Touching his ears.
Ah, no then. Okay. Now you're telling me more.
Yeah.
We should be able to touch his ears.
Can't touch him.
Okay, so that's something we can look at in a minute, isn't it? Okay.
Can't brush him.
His.
But his ears.
Where'd you tie him?
There.
You tie him there. Okay.
To string.
He's been through the wars. He has. He's
I know.
worked. So it makes you think, doesn't it? What you have inherited. What you have inherited.
What someone's done to him.
Yeah, shame.
There's
Mate.
something gone on there. A big horse like this, a nice, beautiful horse. There's something.
Yeah.
Right. What do you tie with?
String.
Uh-oh. You're going to be in
Never
trouble.
do that, especially with a horse that's a bit funny about things. I am tied on string. You've seen my ties.
Never see him that close.
Go and get one, Bab. Suddenly something frightens it, and it pulls, what can't it do? What has it lost?
Right, yeah.
Got no flight. When they then step back and panic and that breaks, what's it got?
Yeah, legs.
It's got its legs. 3 times, and that you've got to pull back horse for life. You might think 3 years he hasn't done it. One day he'll do it again when that memory. So we never allow a horse to know that there's a snap release to pull it.
Okay.
We put them on these ties, and then we can put a 20-foot line at whatever, and then you set them to whatever you think the drag you want on your horse. So it will come out. They'll never, so they can still move. In a panic, what can they still move?
Legs.
2 legs.
So they calm down straight away.
Exactly. So that
Yeah.
pull, they realise they've still got their flight
Yeah.
when they need it. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So with a rope, that thing, never did he?
No,
Because you got the flag.
you got a flag.
Whoa.
Without the flag. So,
But all right, well, I'll go without the flag. It's got to be there, isn't it? I can clap actually. I'll clap then, all right?
that's right.
Get big and clap. The other thing is a little water pistol. You have a little tiny water pistol, and they hate that. Got to be something that in his mind we're delving into now, something that people will go all their life with that and never get. So this is a little bit technical to get rid of. It's not easy, is it? No. You know that.
No.
So unless you do something different, it'll always be there.
Yeah.
You got to change something if you want to try and have a horse that's not. You got to change that thought pattern.
Yeah.
Agreed?
To have a nice relationship.
A horse on foot cannot feel bad about something if his ears are up. They can't do it. It's almost impossible for them. They have to be. It's all part and parcel of their whole makeup of their brain. So if their ears are up and they're looking with a nice expression, that's how they're feeling. So we got to stop that thought pattern. All right. So let's see here now. So stick there. I won't hold the stick. But you could have a stick here.
Okay.
In the moment of the ear pin, you've got to be quick though. You've got to be, else it don't mean nothing.
Okay.
So as that goes back, you can bang the door hard.
Okay.
Oh look, he's gonna be all right for me. I got a feeling. But right, so how do these work? Look. So if you come here, you're the horse. So there you go. Your horse is now. You come up to your tie. That's yours tied. So then you've got to decide whether you have it. If you pull that, right, that's come through, hasn't it? And I'll bring it back now. If I turn that round, like that, right? Do that now. Is that harder?
Yeah.
Okay. So all you do to make it harder is turn it round.
Right.
Yeah. Now, if I wanted that harder still, all I do is do that.
Yeah.
Now try that. Now try that. Right, you with me? So you get it?
He's a rubber.
He's a strong bugger. I was going to Evo then and say, yeah, that's good. So how easy is that?
Yeah, that's good actually.
And that means your farrier can come. You can practice that, brushing. If the horse is getting a bit bothered. If they pull back, it don't bloody matter. Now, how much sense does
I
that
couldn't
make?
figure it out
We
on the
do it.
website. I was like,
We do it. We put them in
right,
the trailers
okay.
with these and everything. You'll never go back to string if you have a couple of them. I'm telling you now.
yeah.
Right, so let's get back to this now. So far, nothing has happened to him because he hasn't pinned his ears.
Yep.
So although we're doing nothing, we're doing stuff because we're saying these have kept up. You've given me a bit of space. Everything's good in your life right now.
Let's change it. Let's change it.
We're going to see if it does. So we'll go in the stable with him. So I'm going to ask him to move if he pins his ears. That's all I can do. I don't want to be in here with the flag with him straight away because that's a door thing. Right. So if I just tell him how good he is, and I'm going to walk out because trying to show you how you can build this up, you see. I've told, so that for him worked. I went in, I gave him a nice little stroke. He didn't pin his ears, didn't get aggressive. I walked back out. Okay. Yes, I'm waiting for a pin. I want it to happen because I want to try and start the thought pattern change. But I can't make him fail.
No.
Right. So again, I'm going to come up to him. I'm showing him I'm a good guy. He almost pinned them then, didn't he?
Yeah.
Almost, but he didn't. Let's put that on. If he flats them back, that's not flatten them back.
No.
Is it?
No.
You know the difference, don't you? You know the difference. So what I'm going to do here is I'm being as kind as I can be with him. Oh, look at that, mate. Mate. And have you ever noticed the difference between this eye or the other eye with the flatting of the ears? It's the same all eyes.
Same.
Okay. I'll tell him how good he is. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to work on moving him, showing him that I'm alpha in here. It's a biggie, because at the moment, you don't do a lot of groundwork in here with him. You kind of give him his fear for pinning his ears. This is his, isn't it? Unfortunately, in the world we have with horses, they can't. It's a partnership, but we have to run this partnership as it's anarchy and it's bad. They are subservient to us. The only way we can survive with horses is if we are in charge. Agreed?
Agreed.
I love his look. I love his look. Don't I, mate? So tell me if they flat back. All right? Okay, so this way. Right. Tell him how good he is. Right. Yeah. So tell me if they flat back now. All right? No.
No, well, they weren't, were they?
No, I
No, there
mean-
wasn't. No, on the next turn.
Yeah, because I'm going to
Yes,
be on a
yes.
different eye.
Oh, right.
Remember, there's 2 horses with every horse. Every horse, you got 2. There was Luna the other day, and what did I say, Tanya?
Luna and Lunatic.
Because it was, you couldn't catch it. Oh, it was a big white horse. And
So you could have,
it's a broke the
you
owner's
could have
back. Broke
Button,
the owner's back.
Button
Yeah.
and Barmy.
Good. You just thought of that. Okay. I think things are getting slightly better, do you? Obviously, don't you get upset now. I don't think you will, but we're going to get you in a bit
Yeah.
and try and do that because there's history. He's done it with you a lot,
Yeah.
and you fed him for it.
Yeah.
So you want my honest advice to hopefully make this better. He never will get his feed in the ear unless if he's ever pinned his ears at you. Why would you? Why would you?
No, never. As long as he backed up.
But he's pinning his ears. He's thinking you're rotten. I hate you. I
Put my
kill
food
you
down
because
there
you
now.
rely on you for me feed. You know. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You can't give him. You're rewarding the bad thought in his stable. He cannot have this bad thought. It's got to. Right. So I'll tell him how good he is. You nearly did, didn't you? Right. So I'm going to come this way. Any pinned ears?
Well, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. So now I'll tell him how good he is. And I'm going to look myself now. Tell him how good he is. Now I keep telling him I'm okay.
Yeah.
I have to keep telling him that. Some horsemen don't, and then they go this way. Thank you. Tell him he's okay. Right. So back up a little bit. Tough. He's got to be respectful of a human being in the stable. How much sense am I making to you? I'm trying to break it down that you will be the leader of him in here. You will control his feet. Go forward a bit. Thank you. Now we'll be nice and quiet with him now. See if we can lower his head. I think you said you'd done this.
Yeah.
You have. Tell him how good. Oh. Mate. 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 Right. So, from this way again, his hindquarters. Yep. Come forward, stop. Thank you. Go this way. A bit more. So he doesn't control me in here. I am controlling him. I'm moving his feet. He's giving me space. And he's setting down. See if I can get. I wanted him to do it.
Yeah.
Because in the moment, then I can't. Like I said, I can't set him up fairly. He will lose all
Absolutely.
with me. If so, mate, what a lovely horse. Right. So, what I will do now, let's put this, let's get your head down for a minute, thank you. Let's put this round here. We're gonna check my feed in a minute, and I'll do that.
Okay.
Tell him how good he is. Okay, right. Let's just give him a break a minute.
And it's not just like it. Obviously, it's not that he doesn't like me. I mean,
No. We've seen that. We've seen that. What I found, if I've got nothing works the best, is I kind of go real quick into a big clap.
Okay.
And get big and go back. He's got to be in the moment, really loud if you can. So he knows I got nothing. He's seen my hands. He's been watching my hands.
You can peep the flag. I can see your flag.
All right, I'll give you that then. Have that. So he knows. Look, he knows exactly that I've got nothing. So I'm going to walk towards this now, and I'm going to be ready. If he pins them and gives me that snarl, you'll see what I do, because it's something you can do as well.
Yeah.
So I'll come in here, tell him how good he is. I didn't have anything, did I?
No.
No.
Okay. So tell him how good he is.
It's like when you take your child to the doctors.
Oh, they
It's
contradict
nice
you.
for you to know that it's possible,
Yeah.
because at least
Stop running around.
Right. So where's my tie? Out here. We'll tie him. So did you say that brushing him
Yeah.
is not good? So if you can give me the brush.
I'm just, you know.
No,
But he
but
doesn't. He doesn't. He just swishes his tail at me. And
Oh,
he just,
I wouldn't use that on him. I would hate that.
put a sock on him.
To start.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
'Cause
horrible.
he's sensitive.
That's
Yeah.
bloody horrible.
Let me get his,
For
his soft
teaching him
one.
that it's okay.
Lisa got this one. Yeah. Is that all right?
Now, do you see what I did there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, in the moment. And we got a soft brush. I started to brush, watch the tail go, watch the ears pin back. There's the threat to me. That's always where he really shows himself, sometimes worse than the stable. And there, look, the tie there worked perfectly. He just pulled that out, so there was no danger. I immediately, within a second, made myself well known that was not acceptable. He moved out of my space, but I did not get aggressive, and I didn't look at him, But like I always say on the videos, I've done this so many times. You have to be careful, because done incorrectly, he could strike out with his front foot there. All sorts could happen, but I was so pleased that happened. I'd been almost willing it to happen, so he knows. It like really gets down to his core that is not the thing to do when I can shock tactic that just like that. So pleased, so pleased. He was saying, no, that's enough of that. Right, do you see what I did? I got elevated. Now I'll tell him how good he is. And now, hopefully he'll do that again. Hopefully he'll do that again, but I really got elevated then, didn't I?
Yeah.
And he said, oh, what was that? Okay, I'll be a little bit careful really flapping that when they're tied, but do you see what I did then? I got it was not a good thing for him to feel.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see if he does that again. I think it's because I was going to go towards the ears.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to start doing is the way he gets rid of that there towards his ears, the way he gets rid of it is actually tip towards me there. Okay, and that's where I'd start that. No, he gets released for coming towards me. Right, so let's do the brushing again. It's a nice brush she's given me. Pin him and feel aggressive, and I'll do again.
Yeah.
Learning something that you could probably, you said you're not scared of him, so you'll be able to do this.
Yeah.
Right then, go on. The pins, properly pins. Yeah, he's bothered about being up by his ears. So I'm going to come up by them, and then if he comes this way, take it off. So I might spend an hour with my own horse doing that, getting him to release, so he'd be with me.
Yep.
Rather than going away and saying no. So that's pretty good. No real nasty expression. Really, is it? That's not a nasty expression. Okay. So
When you go under like that, he doesn't like
it's
it.
a blind spot. He don't like that. So I'm going to give him that.
Okay.
All right. He can't see me under there, and I couldn't see him. So.
No. He doesn't like round brushed by his belly. I do brush him, but he doesn't like it. That's where
Right.
I switch.
Okay. If he pins it, pins. Do it again. I'm right under there now. There was an adverse thing, something not so cool for him, for thinking bad.
Yeah.
You see how this is
Yeah.
building? I'm doing it the best I can for you to understand it, that you can all work on this. Maybe your husband can clap hard when he does it, when he sees it. But the safety is that safety clip.
Yeah.
Right, so let's see again. Let's see again. I'm going to come under here. Tell me if he pins. No pinning?
No.
No.
Is that better than you expected?
Yeah.
Right, good news. I did that a few times. So we reward in good thoughts. We've been instant in the bad thought and the pinning ears. Now the swishing of the tail then, I can feel that. Is it quiet now?
Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't stop for the flicking of the tail. I would keep going till the tail goes quiet.
Okay.
Because the tail, what can happen is they can realise that thought here is not good for them, because that causes that. But then they start to flick their blooming tails more then. So you couldn't stop until the tail stops. So it's got to be a complete tail quiet, ears not flat back. So we'll go in again. So I'm going to be ready in the moment. Underneath here, he's swishing his tail, so tell me when it's quiet.
Yeah.
Quiet?
Yeah.
See what I'm getting at here?
Yeah.
So you don't want the tail swishing and you don't want the pinned ears. And that's how he gets rid of me. We'll do the, what's he like picking his feet up?
Yeah, he's okay now.
Yeah, so I'd be wasting my time with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You have a go with one, but I don't have a problem with him now.
Okay.
So I know you.
And he hasn't done it yet, has he? He might on the other side. Remember, the other side, he's not quite so good, is he? So that's good. Tell him how good he is. You get his attitude a bit better. So this is the side that is not as good. Let's see if. Tell me if he pins his ears aggressively, not just a little bit. That's doing his tubby quite hard there. That good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, you can get rid of me then. You can get rid of me for that. Right, okay. Mate, are you ready for your ears? Okay. Now this I am going to release him for this. I'm going to release him for his ears. guys.
Just
Okay.
lift it up.
So let's see here. So I'm going to come up towards his ears, and I'm going to wait until he. Remember what I said you wait for?
That drop or the
When he comes.
release.
Yeah, when he deliberately tips it. I'm helping him a bit, not much pressure, but I want him to just tip this way a little bit towards me. There. I felt a little tiny tip towards me. His mind come my way. Tell him how good he is. And then again. You can come this way. Yes, you see how he moved towards me then? Rather than flee. And then again here. So I'm going to keep this going. Keep this going. Is this better with his ears than you thought?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, give him a second then.
It looked like he was enjoying it a bit.
So again here, I'm going to come up and I'm going to keep going with these ears. See how I'm getting him here now?
Yeah.
You see, that's 4 times I've released him for coming, not being weird about it, trying to get away. It's coming. I'm the answer to him, right? So there. So. Mate, you're great. You're great. So again, where's he coming? He's coming to me for it. And that was five times I've released him for coming. Unfortunately, if it didn't go all crazy and up that way, because then I could have showed how I kept that up, if I can, without getting stepped on, until he considers me, then it comes off. You can, and this is how you can get a horse bridling lovely. You know, it's the release. So you offer the bridle up, and put it by. Don't put it fully on, but when that horse comes this way, you take it off. Make sense?
Yeah.
So take hold of that. Take hold of that. Look at your horse. Hey, look at that. That's good. Really good. Tell him how good he is. Tell him how good he is, mate, isn't it? Huh? What do you think the other ear will be like?
The same, probably.
You think so?
He's doing everything that
Isn't he?
he
Isn't he?
doesn't normally do.
But at least, you know. At least I'm showing you that it's
Yes,
possible,
yes.
and some things you can try. That's all I can do. I do like something to go a little bit more worse, so I can try and let them know.
Not
that's
as bad as this morning, though.
not as bad as this morning. I'm
no.
so glad your horse is great. No, Tanya wasn't kidding when she said about that, when she said about the horse this morning. Well, on the morning when you're watching me work Lisa's horse there, on the morning we went to visit this 2-year-old, and he was really lost, really troubled. He'd had a dreadful accident not too long ago, about a year ago I think it was. He'd had an accident and the fire brigade had to come, and he was kind of traumatised, and he's become virtually impossible. And I had 3 hours with him, and we went through some raw emotions. I should really have reconsidered trying to help this horse there in the moment, because there was no round pens. It really needed a round pen and other equipment. Just my kit bag wasn't enough, but we got somewhere. I got pulled from pillar to post. I got knocked over. You'll notice in the video you're watching that I'm limping, and actually on the evening after I'd worked Lisa's horse, which is the Palomino, we went and got something to eat, and I sat down for an hour and I couldn't actually get up. Tanya had to help me to the car, and we had to cancel several jobs because I just couldn't walk. But I was okay after a few days. But yeah, so you'll see a little clip of that now in real time, and then we'll be back to the video. But some of these horses are really hard work and dangerous. That's my life. So yeah, I'll show you this. Not bad. So I've come in here, right? Now I'm gonna, he doesn't like the other one so much, but look, I'm not gonna stop this now until I try and get them to come forward a little bit, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if you lift
He's
his
closing
jaw-
his eyes now.
Yeah, see, he's just, so I think you can work on these ears.
Okay.
And now when he tips towards, if I come back here, right, then I'll leave his ears alone when he comes this way. So I've just got virtually no pressure there.
Yeah.
Playing with his ears here, telling him he's good, and then he came.
Yeah.
That's all I can tell you about the ears.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right. Do you want me, tell me now what you think. I was thinking, should I tie him up, we must dots it, and then get you to come, brush him,
Yeah.
touch the ears, and just see
Yeah.
where we're at with you. Remember,
Absolutely.
there's no history with me, no history.
No, that's great.
The hardest thing is dealing with history. So, what do you think of the ties?
I think they're brilliant.
Unbelievable. Do you know what, how many sold? We've probably sold 10,000.
No, I sell a
They've
lot.
gone all around the world.
I sell a lot.
Amazing.
They're
But this
even-
morning, yeah, everywhere we go, they buy them, don't they?
Yeah, I know. We'll do this before the feed because the feed thing's important. He might get a little bit upset with the feed thing.
Yeah.
So I'd rather set you up a bit more to succeed.
Okay.
Right. So sit on like that. Right. I'm going to come out the mix now.
Okay.
It's really important. You've got the soft brush.
Yep.
So first of all, you'll reward the no pinning when you go towards him. So I'll clap and you get out of the way if he does.
Okay.
And whenever you do any correction in the moment,
Yep.
you've got to remember there's none of, right? Because we automatically do.
Yeah.
There's got to be no aggression. Try not to have any expression change. You just do something, yeah. Not any of, because that's where we find it difficult as humans. And it's not going to be easy. So if you walk towards him and touch him, and just give him a little, that's it, and then walk away. Now this little cock back is the expression's still good.
Yeah.
You've got to watch we don't try and get too much from it.
Yeah.
So that little, it's when it's that scour.
Yeah.
You know the difference. So go and yeah. All right. I'm gonna hold this.
And then
I'm gonna
stop
hold
pushing
this.
him now.
Yeah. You'll move out the way quick if I use
Yeah.
this flag. So this could be you or your husband.
So, yeah.
You're ready to just flap like it's nothing. If he pins them ears, whoop, bang. And then just all smile about it. But you obviously got to get out the way, whoever's there. Look at that. Is that better?
Yeah.
Look at his ears.
I think you need a yellow flag.
Yeah.
The same.
Right, now come away. Like, you're trying to change something that's really hard to change.
Yeah.
Changing a physical act is easier with a horse than changing a mental thought.
Yeah.
So if you get this done,
So go around to the
it's
side.
amazing. Yeah, now get ready to get out of the way. So I've got this. I'm looking at him. If he pins them ears, you get out of the way because I'm going to flap this.
Swishy tail.
Yeah, you don't stop until that tail goes.
Yeah.
When that tail goes quiet, you walk away with a nice rub on him. You keep that going until he stops. Okay, good timing. Did you feel that?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Just gentle. For now.
Come boy. Good lad.
Really good. Now if he's, I don't know how often you're here, fella.
Not too often.
Well, from now on it's every day holding the flag. That's it.
That's your job now.
Are you two here, Clark?
Yeah.
Right. Are you watching me closely then? So I'm ready. If he does that, it's going to whip, whop, bang, down.
Yeah.
And then you start again. Brilliant. I'd leave that there. That's brilliant.
Right.
So you understand then, you don't stop for swishing over the tail.
No.
Because you teach him that if he keeps swishing the tail and feeling bad about it, eventually it'll go away.
Yeah.
That's not the way it goes away, it's by exceptions.
Yeah.
Wow. Now then,
Now the ears.
hang on. This is where they know. See, we don't give them credit for how clever these horses are. They're so clever. 20 to 1, their senses to us. They can hear, see, and they weigh up intent. They have to, because they have to. They got to know intent from a meat eater. They're the meat. We're the eater. So they know intent. That's why I try to tell people don't get angry, because the only time a predator gets angry with a prey animal, they eat them.
Yeah.
So you've got to try not to get angry. He will know he's tied for this ear thing, because it is a deal to him. So I personally would untie him for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So see if this is where, unfortunately, I can't be aggressive with the flag because it could take your teeth out. So this is one of those things where we've got to be a little bit careful now.
Okay.
So you've got that. Give him a rub first.
Yep.
And then go up towards the ears and just rub on them quietly. Oh, just gently. How's that? Any better?
Yeah.
Oh.
Could do that before.
Wow, look at that.
I don't think you've ever done that, have you?
No.
Oh.
So is that better?
Oh God, yeah.
Oh my life, look at that. Oh, look at that. Now, give me the rope thing. Walk away. So he's been rewarded for that now. You feeling like there's a bit of hope here?
Yeah.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
I knew there would be. If you evolved.
Well, I'm doing my best to try. He'll give me something that's quite hard to do in a different way to the last job.
Yeah.
This is a mental thing. That is just like me doing with my eyes shut.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
This is where I've really got to try and to change the mental attitude of a horse. And people go all their horse life with a horse and never got to the mental state of it, to the acceptance. Look at him.
I know.
Do you know what? You tell me what you think we should do now.
Well, I don't really know, to be honest, because I think he's doing really well.
You can go too far.
Yeah.
Do we put him in there? See, there's two ways looking at it. You can choose. Where you finish is where your horse benefits the most from. So he's just let you do something you've never done.
Yep.
If I've got this choice now, I can put him in there, let him off with quality and touch his ears and lower his head and let him off. Do that and let him think about that overnight, and you see your video and start doing bits of the video. Or we go a step further, there is a risk to it, where we put him in there, we get the feed, and we try and get him good with the feed, with no expression, with a good expression, with the feed, and then leave it at that. It's up to you. It's a hard one, isn't it?
I think go with the feed, because that's obviously it's the next part. But I don't think we're going to see her as aggressive to start with.
That's good then. So you think it's a good idea to do the feed?
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll put him in then.
I don't think he's going to be as bad anyway.
No.
No.
You've made the feed, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to do here, you move out the way, okay? So there, sent him in.
Okay.
Any chance you can get to move his feet. So here, I'm going to take this off, just play around with his ears again. Now, we'll see what it's like with his ears here. This is a stable thing, but good, not bad. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad there. Licked and chewed. That's blooming good, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, I didn't know whether it would be as good in the stable. That's why, Because we were saying about maybe he's been twitched in the stable while he wouldn't let you touch it. Who knows? But that seems not too bad, does it? And I do go to a lot of aggressive feed horses. Sometimes I have to say don't do it in the stable from now on, because if I think it's too bad and the owner's going to get hurt, then I'll change it. I'll say, well, I'm not being responsible for you in the stable.
Yeah.
So then we'll have to do it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want him to know he knows his bucket.
Yep.
All right. What would he do? As you went to the door, he would pin his ears usually.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to go towards it. I've got the flag.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to go in. All right. So if he pins his ears, I walk away. By pinning his ears, one, that comes into play and I walk away. So pinning his ears doesn't make this go towards him.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to go in with this. So I've got this. Now I'm about to take feed into to his stable now. And it's something that Lisa, anybody have to be really careful with this. That you go in, you make sure he backs off, but he's got a terrible, terrible scar on his face, a threatening look, and then they'll put the feed down and then come out. You wouldn't stay in there with the feed. So, I'm going to try and just give Lisa some idea of maybe how over time that can start to be improved. And I've been very successful with a lot of horses that have been pretty much lethal to do with feed, but sometimes it is not bad enough for me not to cure for myself, but sometimes I know that trying to help the horse and then letting the owner loose with it could be even very much more dangerous. So sometimes I will say, no, don't do that, shut that tape down, don't try that, go back to what you were doing, or do it somewhere else other than around the stable, because I've seen some horrendous accidents with this overfeed. Remember, the alpha owns the feed, so a lot of the time very good groundwork over a course of time can improve as well in the stable, though, so that the alpha is not the horse, so it's not confused about that and who owns the feed. It's a little bit complex, but I'm about to go in now and see how this goes. By pinning his ears, one, that comes into play and I walk away. So pinning his ears doesn't make this go towards him.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go in with this. So I've got this. And there you have it, guys. Look, he sees the feed. He starts to scour with his look. You can see the expression, not good. And I flap the flag immediately. And then he just moves to the back of the stables and I'll continue it there. So do you see what I just did?
Yeah.
Didn't get, just said, no, that didn't get it. That didn't do it. All right, so I walked away. So that didn't give him, pinning his ears, did not get him his feed, did it?
No.
Okay, so I walked towards it again. Got his feed, come in with it. He's looking away, isn't he?
Yeah.
Is there any aggression there?
Nope.
No.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
Quite a nice look I just had.
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to go behind my back.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to walk in. Can you see that look? Yeah. I'd accept that look. Okay, I put it down. Now I say you can have it.
Okay.
That was probably better than you thought it would be.
That's right.
And I was so glad I was there to show you how I timed that thought. So that feed does not go to, that doesn't cause the feed to come towards, it causes it to, the thought causes the feed to go away.
Yeah.
Look, this is not the only way to do it. I think it's the one that will suit you best.
That's great.
Do you think you could pull this off?
I'm going to try.
I think she
I
will.
think you will. I do.
She will. She will. You will.
I've done the heart. It will not be as good. You know that.
Yep.
I've put the beginning in. Now it's down to you. It's something you got to chase, but it's a good thing to chase. If you, in a few months' time, have got your horse, you change from being horrible, really, isn't it, to being.
I think we've got something to work on then, haven't we, as a team?
I think you have. you'll learn more when you see your video.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot in there and a lot of things I've said. And you'll say, yes, forgot that bit, forgot that.
Yeah.
I've had
It could be a
horses,
good horse.
my own horse I've been given when I've been worse than this. And it's worked for me so well. And they just, you go to them and they're, it's not worth me doing that, is it? Because So, mate, you've been good having here, actually.
Sorry?
You've been watching quietly, you've got it.